Alright, everyone, welcome back to another review. This time we got for you some more WCW 2000. It's been a minute since we watched
Well,
WCW 2000.
you're going to be getting a lot of WCW 2000 because we are going to be covering the whole year. Oh,
Oh, this episode. So, you want to tell them why we watched this episode specifically?
okay. So, we have watched the other Triple Cage from Slamboree, and this one is the only other Triple Cage that ever happened. So, it was a Triple Cage War Games match. How
Mm-hmm.
the fuck? Alright, so let's list the people who are in. Let's list the people who are in this fucking War Games match. Because keep in mind, this is like 3 weeks before uh, the September 25th episode that we reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Vince Russo, Scott Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, of course,
Oh.
Booker T, Chronic, Goldberg, Sting, and fucking Kevin Nash.
Don't forget Booker T.
I said Booker T.
Oh.
In a fucking Triple Cage War Games match, not just a Triple Cage, Triple Cage War Games match. Oh, and on top of that, it was for the title.
Yep, it was for Kevin Nash's WCW title.
What the fuck?
This was
Honestly.
Vince Russo's idea. He said it at the beginning of the show.
Honestly, like, I don't even know what happened at the start of the show, man. I can't even remember.
It was the Filthy Animals versus ICP for the tag team championships
Oh,
that lasted like 2 minutes. First of all, they had ICP's theme dubbed to a generic fucking song that's been on the wrestling games. Oh man, I
at
wish I
least
knew which one game it was from. I wish I knew.
I don't know, but like, see, since we're doing the whole year WCW 2000 now, like, I just hope, I hope to God, like, it doesn't get worse from here. Like, I hope to God, because
I found it.
Jesus
I found it.
Christ.
I found it. It's from SmackDown versus Raw 2011. So this is what ICP came out with.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm pretty sure this is the one.
Yep. Yep.
This is generic 5 from SmackDown versus Raw 2011.
Oh my. Peacock! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh my god. They used this twice on the show too. They they dubbed it over ICP's theme.
I want to know, what was ICP's WCW theme now? Now I'm going to look that up. ICP WCW theme. Let's see what they dubbed.
These oddities. Oh, stop.
Let's see what they dubbed. Oh god.
So isn't it like an actual ICP song?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Ew. The generic theme is better, honestly.
Oh my god. Let's see what people are saying. Thanks so much for this. ICP fucking rules. This was an awesome time with their best theme too. Should have been WCW World Champions. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh my
I'm
God.
done.
Oh my fucking
Well,
God.
let's listen to the fucking oddities just to... This is better than that. You could at least admit that.
Yeah.
This is better than whatever the fuck that other one was.
People don't like these oddities.
I could bop to this. I can't bop to the fucking... whatever the fuck the other one was. God damn.
Well, the match that ICP was in, they faced it was Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. They faced the filthy animals of Rey Mysterio and Juventud Guerrera. And I'm sorry, Rey Mysterio Jr. and Juventud Guerrera. And Rey Mysterio had on some bright ass yellow pants and he had red devil horns, and it looked so stupid. Oh my god, this match went like 2 minutes and fucking ICP lost. And then they immediately cut away from it, and that was it. There was not even like a... Must just show all the matches didn't even have a bell rung. There was no rules. Oh,
It's just... See, this is what we're gonna have to deal with if we're doing the whole year. Like... We've signed up for this shit.
Oh my god, man. So, after that, we went to, Vince Russo came out, and they dropped down the, triple cage, and we were like, why the fuck are they dropping down the triple cage already? The show just started. And Vince Russo comes out with the Natural Born Thrillers.
Can I just say, the Natural Born Thrillers has to be one of the worst stables I have ever seen. Like, oh my god, I would rather the Social Outcasts.
Why, you know you love the Natural Born Thrillers?
It's fucking Chuck Palumbo, Mark Jindrak, and Sean Stasiak, fucking Mike Sanders, and goddamn,
don't forget Sean O'Hare.
Yeah, Sean O'Hare. Sorry, I forget every time because he didn't have a fucking, like, he didn't really have much of a career.
Oh,
Fucking devil's advocate gimmick. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? The only thing Sean O'Hare had was fucking Roddy Piper and the Sean Tom Bomb.
Which he did that later in the night as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
Mark Jindrak and Sean Stasiak look like the same fucking person.
Sean Stasiak was wearing jeans. That was the only difference. Fucking so Vince Russo got in the ring and he was talking about how the main event was going to be a triple cage war games for the world championship, and that people in the matches, he said the baby faces and the heels, which pissed Austin off.
Fuck you, Russo. Just fuck off. Like,
and then fucking he talks about how they're gonna have qualifying matches to get into the match, and then fucking Kevin Nash comes out because, you know, when we watched Slamboree, all Kevin Nash did was come out, so Kevin Nash comes out, and Kevin Nash is like, What the fuck? I'm not a fighting champion. I don't defend my title unless I want to. And then Vince Russo says, I'm the boss. You don't tell me what you're gonna do and not do. You're gonna be in this match and you're gonna defend this title. And then Kevin Nash like starts bullying Russo, and then the lights go out, and then fucking Sting comes up through the ring. Which, how did they fix that hole in the ring anyway?
I don't fucking know. Don't ask me, dude. Like I don't I I don't know what's going on anymore. Like the only thing I'm excited about for this next episode that we're gonna watch, because we're watching 2 episodes on the same night.
Yep.
Keep in mind, is fucking Miss Hancock, aka Stacy Keibler. All right, and David Flair. You know, that's the only thing I'm excited for, because that's the only thing I know about this next episode. What the fuck else is on this fucking show, this next episode? Because this episode didn't tell us nothing for next week besides fucking the wedding. Can you tell me what the fucking Natural Born Thrillers are going to be doing? What is fucking Scott Steiner?
They're probably going to be in every segment again.
What is Scott Steiner going to be doing? What about Chronic and the fucking Harris twins? Like, what the fuck?
They gotta find where they went first.
Yeah, but like, we'll get to that later, but like, what the fuck happened? I'm so lost, dude.
Oh my god. So, Sting comes out, and then Kevin Nash just gets out of the ring, and then Sting says that he's gonna win the title. And, oh my fucking god. And then didn't the Natural Born Thrillers get in the ring, and then they got fucking beat up.
Yeah, everybody came to the ring, not just the Natural Born
Oh
Thrillers.
yeah.
It was fucking everybody.
Because Scott Steiner came out, fucking Jeff Jarrett came out, and then fucking Booker T came out, and Ernest the Cat Miller, and just everybody kept coming out, and fucking Goldberg came out. It was so stupid. Oh my god! And then it just went to commercial because Vince Russo ran away from Goldberg. And then when it came back, fuck, what was it when they came back? Fuck.
It was okay, so I think it was the Harris brothers came out.
Oh yeah, and they
Yeah.
said we have some footage. We're not leaving until the footage is played, and then they played
I'm
the
just
footage.
gonna say no. They didn't say footage at first. They said we made a home video today.
Oh yeah.
What? That sounded very fucking suspect. Honestly, I'm sitting there like, what kind of when they said that, I'm like, what kind of fucking home video are you making?
Oh, and so in the home video they showed them outside this like bar, and they're like, usually we'd be, you know, in the gym lifting weights, but we're here today. And then they went into they're like, we'll show you how we do our workouts here. And then they went into the bar and they just started beating the shit out of Chronic. And then they immediately cut the fucking Chronic coming out. And then Chronic fucking cuts a fucking promo, and then fucking Jeff Jarrett comes out, and he's telling him that.
Oh no!
Wait,
no, you forget. You forget. They had 2 matches in between those segments.
did they? What the fuck were they?
Yeah. Well, the Harris brothers showed that footage, and then Sting comes
Oh
out.
yeah, it was Sting. That's right. It was Sting and Oh, the fuck was it with Sting?
Versus Vampiro and the Great Muta.
Oh yeah, and then the match was like 2 minutes. And then Sting just randomly won, and then Vampiro and Great Muta started fighting, so then the ICP came out, and they were trying to fucking settle things down.
And then we had the all-time 2-minute classic between Stevie Ray and Booker T.
Oh yeah, because they had a segment where Vince Russo told Stevie Ray, he said, if you don't wrestle this match, I'm gonna tear up your contract and you'll be fired. And then they did Stevie Ray versus Booker T, which was also like 2 minutes, and then Booker T won, and then him and Stevie Ray hugged, and then that was that. keep in mind, in between all these segments, they kept having these little like promos with Team Canada and Major Guns because like it was Lance Storm and Elix Skipper with Major Guns and like the interviewer, and they kept saying like they were training her to become Canadian, and she kept saying, "I told you I don't want to be Canadian." But they had her like working
I
out in the
miss
gym
David
and shit.
Slayer.
We'll see him in
I
the
miss
next
David
episode.
Slayer. I know, but I wanted to see him in both episodes, okay? I didn't want to see a badly fucking photoshopped PNG of him, okay? That's not what I wanted to see.
And then they also had a was the Chronic match next?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so then Chronic, like I said, Chronic came out, they cut a promo, and then Jeff Jarrett came out because they called out the Harris brothers, and Jeff Jarrett said, "Oh, you're not getting that match tonight." But he was like, "This will be a qualifying match," and then he made the match of Chronic versus Ernest the Cat Miller. And then Ernest the Cat Miller comes out and he's telling Chronic like, "Hey, we don't got no beef with each other, so let's just all beat up Jeff Jarrett." And then he tries to like sneak a pin on him, and then eventually they get to the outside and fucking Ernest the Cat Miller grabs a hold of Jeff Jarrett, and then Ernest the Cat Miller's girlfriend, wife, I don't know, she slaps the shit out of Jeff Jarrett because they showed a clip from last week when apparently Jeff Jarrett hit her with a guitar, and now she's wearing a neck brace. And then Ernest the Cat Miller gets back in the ring and he gets hit with a fucking high tide, and then Chronic wins. Chronic is fucking qualified for the War Games. Also, they before this, they had like a backstage segment with Chronic and the Jung Dragons with fucking Jamie Son, and they put Jamie Son through a table.
Let's not forget the commentators on this show too,
Oh yeah.
because Mark Madden looked like fucking 2014 Zack Ryder with that haircut, and fucking for some reason Jeremy Borash is putting his best fucking Killer Cross impression on.
Because they showed earlier in the day that Jeremy Borash had his head shaved for some reason by the Nitro girls.
I wouldn't have said he looked like Killer Cross if he didn't have the fucking circle glasses and shit. Like, he legit had the Killer Cross fucking glasses.
And then you had fucking Tony Schiavone, who was trying so hard to put everything over on this show.
Dude, he was trying so hard. He was trying his best. Like, the coke must have gotten to him, man. Oh.
But yeah, what was after the Chronic match? Oh yeah, they showed they showed the franchise Shane Douglas and Vince Russo backstage, and Shane Douglas was saying he wanted a one-on-one match with Goldberg, and then Vince Russo was like, "Are you crazy? Goldberg almost took your head off last week," and then fucking the Natural Born Thrillers fucking there, and then they're saying like that they could help, and then Shane Douglas is like, "No, I don't need your help." And so he made it a one-on-one with him and Goldberg. And Vince Russo was saying he's stupid for doing that. This show was such a mess. I'm trying to remember what other parts the Natural Born Thrillers were in. I'm trying to... okay, I remember now. So, didn't they do next, wasn't it the Goldberg-Shane Douglas match?
Yes, it was.
So... Shane Douglas comes out with Tori Wilson, who is looking mighty fine, by the way. And so they get in the ring, and then they start cutting a promo on the crowd, and then Tori Wilson starts cutting this awful promo talking about how the place sucks and she wants to leave, and how the crowd doesn't recognize Shane Douglas as a real champion. And then Shane Douglas said what Tori wants, Tori gets. And then he calls out Goldberg and says, "You started something that you can't finish." And then Goldberg comes out and gets this whole long-winded entrance where he walks from his locker room to the stage. But we got to mention the fucking event staff that was walking beside Goldberg. Oh, it was so awkward.
Uh,
So they had these guys as event staff, and most of them were fat and out of shape, and they looked like they belong at a fucking comic book store.
and then there's just this one fucking guy who he was on the left. He was behind the first guy, and he just kept staring at the fucking camera. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude.
And then Goldberg came out with all his fucking pyro, and it was this big long entrance. And I was sitting there, I'm like, Austin, we realize we're gonna have to watch all these entrances again for the main event, and probably for the next episode too. And then so they did Goldberg versus Shane Douglas, and then fucking Shane Douglas was getting his ass kicked, and then the Natural Born Thrillers came out and started beating the shit out of Goldberg. But then Goldberg overpowered them, and they just all got beat up by Goldberg. And then Shane Douglas got in the ring to try to use a chain wrapped around his hand, but Goldberg speared him, and then jackhammered him 1, 2, 3, and then Goldberg qualified. And then they had another segment with Team Canada and fucking Major Guns, where they were having her swim in a swimming pool just so they could show Major Guns in a bikini. And fucking as Lance Storm was saying, this is the final test to see if she can be Canadian. And then she said, I told you I don't want to be Canadian. And then over the fence, you could see General Erection and like his whole team. They were like trying to look out for Major Guns, and then security got called, and everybody started like they threw the Elix Skipper and Lance Storm threw the interviewer into the pool, and then General Erection and his whole army started attacking Team Canada, and they were fucking fucking tackling each other into the pool, and then like they pan the camera and the pool says 4 foot, and like the water's only up to like all their waist and shit because they're fucking massive wrestlers. And it looks so stupid. They were all brawling in a fucking 4 foot pool. It was so stupid.
Uh,
And then they had a promo segment with Arn Anderson, who looks skinny as fuck compared to what he looks like
yeah.
now. And Arn Anderson was talking about how David Flair is like a young made millionaire, and he's surprised that he's getting married. And then they talk about how he's getting married to Mrs. Hancock next week, and that Arn Anderson and Ric Flair are gonna be there and whatever. And then they show like the graphic for that, which their graphics looked fucking atrocious. They were so bad.
It's like, look at our thumbnails. Our thumbnails are like 100 times better than their graphics.
Most of the graphics they were showing for this were for Fall Brawl, where they showed like Scott Steiner and Goldberg and fucking Kevin Nash and somebody. They were just awful, awful graphics. And then what happened after that? Was it the Triple Cage? Oh no. It was the oh Jesus
Big
Christ.
Vito.
Yeah, so Big Vito comes out, and he's acting overly Italian. Like you could tell he was trying so hard to be Italian. And he starts saying he could fight anyone. So then the Natural Born Thrillers come out, and they talk shit back and forth. And Big Vito says that he would face all of them. He said, "I've had more of a challenge from a bunch of kindergarten kids." And then they said, "All right, well, we're a team." So they said, keep in mind, they said it was going to be a qualifying match. Keep that in mind. And so it was going to be a 6-on-1 handicap match, the Natural Born Thrillers versus Big Vito, and Big Vito just got his fucking ass whooped, and no one. Oh man. So they have fucking what's his name? He jumped off the top rope, and then they had Mark Jindrak hit a lion salt, and then they have fucking Sean O'Hare do the Shanton bomb, and then they just keep beating the shit out of Big Vito, and they rang the bell like 50 times, which is the most they ever rang the bell on this show. And And so they just have Big Vito getting beat up by 6 guys, and then they immediately go backstage to show all the baby faces just sitting in the locker room not giving a fuck about Big Vito. No one wanted to help Big Vito while he was getting jumped by 6 guys. Oh my god.
It was so bad, dude.
Also, they had segments of the show where, like, Vince Russo's guys kept losing, and Vince Russo and Scott Steiner and Jeff Jarrett were trying to beg Kevin Nash to help them because Kevin Nash didn't want to defend his title, so they were trying to convince Kevin Nash to help him. And then Kevin Nash told Vince Russo, he said, I got two plans for tonight. One, to walk out with my strap, and two, to make sure you don't walk out. And then they did the triple cage match, which, this is a fucking disaster.
It was got, like, I thought other matches were a disaster on this show, but oh my
Even the
fucking god.
fucking DDP and Jeff Jarrett with David Arquette was better than this match. That was in the triple cage as well that we reviewed. Those are the only 2 triple cage matches, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah. So they dropped the cage down, and then first to come out is Jeff Jarrett, because Jeff Jarrett's just fucking always first for everything. And it starts with Jeff Jarrett and Sting, and they're brawling back and forth. And they say that the rules of this match are so fucking stupid. They say that they don't even have to wait for the rest of their opponents to come out. They can just climb up, get the title, and win. But also, Vince Russo said the rules for this match, even though in the triple cage match we reviewed before, they just climbed to the top of the cage and pulled the title down and won. But for this triple cage, you had to climb to the second level, use the bolt cutters to open the door to go outside of the second level to climb up to the third level. Get to the third level, use a key to unlock the championship, and then get the championship, take it back down through all 3 levels, and exit the door on the bottom. That's how you had to win. Fucking hell. So, Sting and Jeff Jarrett were fucking fighting, and then before you know it, fucking, wasn't it Scott Steiner the one that came out next? He was like the next man to come out, right?
Yes, it was Scott Steiner.
So Scott Steiner sprinted down to the ring, and he had this fucking awful looking face mask on. It looked like the 2012 Cody Rhodes shit. I don't know why he was wearing it.
I sent you the PNG from that graphic.
Oh dear God, how did you get it? Oh, it's so low quality. It's pixelated.
I looked up the graphic. I looked up the graphic.
Oh my god. So Scott Steiner ran out and started brawling with Sting, and they were jumping Sting. And then the next people to come out was fucking Chronic. Fucking Chronic came out. Together, keep in mind, even though they said people were supposed to come out one by one, Chronic came out together as a unit. A mighty fine unit, I might say.
Did we mention that the Natural Born Thrillers match was apparently, they said it was a qualifying match, but apparently it wasn't?
Yeah.
Okay. Making sure we did. Making sure we mentioned that.
They said it was a qualifying match, and then the Natural Born Thrillers won, but then they weren't even in this match.
We were so scared because we're like, oh god, Chronic's coming out together. What the fuck is the Natural Born Thrillers? Are the Natural Thrillers all going to come out together? That's 6 people.
So Chronic comes out, and they start fucking brawling with Scott Steiner. So Chronic and Scott Steiner on the second level, and the second level was fucking bending so much, it looked like it was gonna fall apart. It looked so unsafe. And when Chronic was doing moves with Scott Steiner, they had to drop him safely and shit. And also, for some reason, Chronic, I don't know why, but their getup looked like a ripoff of the Hardy Boys. I don't know what that was about, but
I don't know.
Fucking, so all that was going on. Then the next person to come out was Vince Russo, and he comes out with the Harris brothers. So Vince Russo gets in the ring, and then the Harris brothers climb the cage, and they start brawling with Chronic. Oh, and Vince Russo starts like cheap shot and Sting and shit. So then Chronic and the Harris brothers are brawling on the second level. Scott Steiner comes back down to the first level, and they're like all beating the fuck out of Sting. And then Chronic and the Harris brothers somehow get from the second level into the crowd, and they're just like brawling in the crowd, and they just disappear for the rest of the show. We don't see them again. And this whole time, the whole match, I was sitting there, I was like, where did Chronic go? What happened to Chronic? Oh God! And then was the next person to come out? Was that fucking who was it?
Oh God, it was
Was it Kevin Nash?
yeah, I think it was Kevin Nash.
Man, if there was ever a man that did not give a fuck about a match, it was Kevin Nash in this match. Kevin Nash did not give a single fuck about this match. He did nothing in this match. He walked out, got in the ring, and then just kind of stood around. Like, he kind of was attacking people a little bit, and the whole thing was supposed to be like, oh, we weren't sure if Kevin Nash was going to be working with Vince Russo or if he's going to be working by himself to retain his championship or what. We didn't know what Kevin Nash was going to do, and then he just stood there like the whole match. So then, after Kevin Nash, I think it was Booker T that came out, right?
Yeah, it was Booker T.
So Booker T comes out and starts brawling with everybody. Oh, this match was such a mess. And then Jesus Christ. So then the last person to come out was Goldberg. Goldberg comes out, and Goldberg starts brawling with everyone, and then they end up fucking Vince Russo hits Goldberg with the fucking bat, I think it was, and he fucking knocked Goldberg out. So then they handcuffed Goldberg to the rope so he couldn't do anything. And so then Booker T starts climbing to the second level, and just we're like, okay, does anyone see fucking Booker T climbing up there? Because everybody's just fighting. And then Booker T's like about to go to the third level, and then here comes Scott Steiner, and then here comes Sting, and then here comes Jeff Jarrett, like the fucking cavalry.
It doesn't fucking end. Like, this match went so long. Like, I don't understand. Like, all the other matches went like 2 minutes, and this match goes for like fucking 20.
And then,
like, what the fuck?
so they were all fighting on the second level, beating the shit out of each other. And then fucking Kevin Nash just looks up and sees Booker T because Booker T climbs up on the third level, and Kevin Nash is just standing there on the outside of the first level, like on the outside of the ring. He's just standing there looking up. And then Booker T gets the key and takes down the title, and the crowd starts cheering like he won. But I was like, remember, he has to go back down through all 3 levels and out the door to win, because that was the rules. So,
Why is that the rules, man? It's so stupid, dude.
I don't know. So Booker T goes back to the second level, and then he starts getting the shit beat out of him by Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner because they handcuff Sting to the wall. And then fucking Jeff Jarrett blasts Booker T in the fucking head with a guitar. He fucking blasted Booker T. And then they handcuff Booker T to the wall. And then Scott Steiner takes the title down to the first level and gives it to Kevin Nash. And then you're thinking Kevin Nash is going to win. Or no, he gives it to, I think he gave it to Vince Russo. And you think Vince Russo is going to win, but then Kevin Nash gets in there and is like, oh, is he going to give the title to Kevin? Is he going to take it for himself? Jesus Christ. And then fucking Ernest the Cat Miller comes in and fucking kicks the fucking shit out of Vince Russo. And then Kevin Nash attacks Ernest the Cat Miller. God, this was such a fucking nightmare of a match. And then fucking Kevin Nash is about to win, and then fucking Goldberg breaks the handcuffs, and Goldberg starts beating the shit out of everyone. And then Goldberg takes the title and he's about to win, and then the fucking door slams in his face and knocks him out, and then we see fucking the guy from the crowd that smacked the door in Goldberg's face was fucking Bret Hart. Of
Why
all
the fuck is Bret Hart? Like, this is September. Bret Hart, like, his career ended in, like, fucking February of 2000. Why the fuck is he showing up now?
He slammed the door in Goldberg's face, and then fucking Jesus. So then Kevin Nash, Vince Russo, and Scott Steiner and Jeff Jarrett are all on the outside, and they walk to the door, and Vince Russo gives Kevin Nash the title, and then they chant 1, 2, 3, and then Kevin Nash steps outside the door, and Kevin Nash retains the WCW championship. This is such a fucking retarded match. This is so stupid. This was War Games, keep in mind.
What were they thinking?
They kept calling this War Games 2000. And they kept calling this Russo's Revenge for some reason.
What were they fucking thinking?
It's WCW. I don't think at this time that they were thinking about anything.
Oh my god.
The only thing they were thinking is how fucking stupid can we make everything, and how can we make all of our fucking women look as hot as possible. That's all they fucking thought about.
Ladder?
What? You're cutting out.
Playing on the ladder?
What'd you say about the ladder?
Failing on the ladder.
You're cutting out really
Things
bad.
you said. Fuck's sake.
Hello, are you there? Austin Russo, are you there?
My name is not Austin Russo, goddammit.
What were you saying?
Well, you said that they would make the women look as hot as possible. And I said, well, you're not wrong about the ladder, because that's the second thing you said. So you're not fucking wrong.
Like in the first match with the Filthy Animals, they were specifically focusing on Tigress and how hot she was, and I think fucking Conan even made a comment about her breasts or something. And then when they kept showing Major Guns, it was just to show her, like, they zoomed in on her fucking breasts while she was sweating in the gym to show her sweaty breasts. And then
Legitimately, every shot of Major Guns in this show was her being wet.
Yep.
Either sweaty, in the pool, like.
And
That's
they even pushed the interviewer in the pool too, so she could be wet in the next segment where she interviewed Arn Anderson.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Can they give this treatment to Stacy Keibler, please?
I mean, she was in that fucking mud match that we watched with fucking Major Guns.
I'm not into the mud shit, okay? I'm not.
No, but you're into fucking David Flair going into Chuck E. Cheese demanding to find the man that impregnated his wife. Oh my god, man. We'll get to that in the next episode, because the next episode is supposed to be the wedding of David Flair and fucking Miss Hancock. But that was WCW Nitro from September 4th, 2000. The Triple Cage War Games.
Like I said earlier, we have decided to do a year in review of WCW 2000. Oh, hell.
This was Russo's Revenge. Oh, you'll see a lot of Vince Russo throughout this year, probably.
Oh, God.
When I was scrolling through Peacock to try to find this episode, so many of the thumbnails had Vince Russo in it. Oh, God. Well, that was your review of that episode, and we'll be back next week with the following episode of the David Flair and Miss Hancock wedding. for September 11th, 2000. Not 2001,
You know,
2000.
yeah, that would have been very unfortunate. That would have been very unfortunate.
Yeah,
It was just a
they
year
just have a
later.
disaster of a WCW show on a day that a disaster happens. That wouldn't have been good.
No.
That would have been 10
Oh.
times as awful. But, so, now that we're done with this review, we're going to go ahead and watch that next episode. And you'll
Oh,
see the
hang
review of
on.
it in the next
Imagine them
podcast.
fucking doing like 9/11 like tributes during the fucking the fucking David Blair and Miss Hancock wedding. Now that's all I'm imagining.
Oh,
That's so
Jesus.
fucking terrible.
Oh,
Oh.
God. Alright. Well, before we say any more fuck shit, let's get to the next fucking review. Well, for this week, let's get back to the podcast, but we'll be back next week with the following episode.
Oh my fucking
Get
god.
ready for the fucking wedding, Austin, because we're invited.
Well, you should say in 2 weeks because it's not next week no more.
Yeah, in 2 weeks for the
Yeah.
next episode, but get ready for this wedding because we're invited, Austin.
Oh god. I wish I was invited to something with Stacey Keebler in it. Look, her bed mainly.
Jesus fucking Christ. You know, for one of these reviews, Austin said he's gonna bust out his WCW bed sheets that he has, so I'm excited to see
Okay.
those.
Yeah. uh,
But we'll see that in the future. But with that being said, back to the podcast. Russo's Revenge.
uh.